Saving for retirement is one of the most important financial goals everyone should strive for. But how do you know if you're on track? At what age should you have a certain amount saved up? In this video, we're going to dive into the specifics of how much you should aim to have saved by age 40 in order to be prepared for a comfortable retirement. The 25x rule of thumb. There's a general rule of thumb that many financial advisors suggest by age 40, you should have saved up about 3 times your annual salary. So if you make $50,000 per year, you'd want to have around $150,000 socked away in your retirement accounts by the time you hit 40 years old. Now this 3 times your income benchmark is really just a starting point. The reality is, the amount you'll need depends on a number of factors like your desired retirement lifestyle, expected investment returns, anticipated retirement age, and more. But it gives you a decent goal to aim for by that milestone age of 40. Why 40? That age gives you another 25-27 years until typical retirement age to really build up your nest egg through continued savings and compound growth. It's far enough away from retirement that the money has time to grow substantially. Factors that impact your savings goal. While that 3x income by 40 guideline is handy, there are several factors that could mean you'll need more or less by that age. 1. Retirement lifestyle. One of the biggest factors is the kind of lifestyle you envision in retirement. Do you plan to travel frequently, live an extravagant lifestyle, or are you aiming for a more modest retirement? The more expensive your plans, the more you'll need socked away. 2. Social Security benefits. Although Social Security wasn't designed to be a person's sole source of income in retirement, those benefits can still contribute a nice chunk of money on a monthly basis. The higher your anticipated Social Security payments, the less you may need to have saved independently. 3. Retirement age. Someone aiming to retire at 55 will need a much larger nest egg by 40 than someone planning for a more traditional retirement age like 65 or 67. An earlier retirement date means fewer years to keep contributing and less time for compound growth. 4. Investment returns. The rate of return you can earn on your investments makes a huge difference in how much you'll accumulate over time. Higher expected returns mean you'll need less principal invested to reach your goals. 5. Outstanding debts. If you're still carrying things like mortgage debt, student loans, or credit card balances into retirement, that money has to come from somewhere. More debt means needing larger retirement savings to cover those obligations. 6. Longevity expectations. With life expectancies on the rise, it's quite possible you'll need retirement savings to last 25-30 years or more. The longer your distribution phase, the bigger the pool of savings required up front. So as you can see, there are many variables that personalize how much you should aim to have saved by 40. While guidelines like 3x income are useful starters, the actual number depends heavily on your specific situation and goals. Calculating your specific savings goal. So how can you calculate a more personalized retirement savings goal for age 40? Here are some tips. 1. Estimate spending needs. The first step is estimating how much annual income you'll need in retirement to cover your expected spending. A common guideline is to plan for 70–80% of your pre-retirement income to sustain a similar standard of living. But you might want more or less depending on your vision for retirement. 2. Project Social Security income. Next, take a look at your expected Social Security benefits at retirement age based on your work history. There are calculators that can estimate this for you. Subtract this amount from your projected spending needs to determine your gap. 3. Factor in investment returns. Now you'll need to settle on an estimated long-term annual investment return. Many advisors suggest using 5–6% as a reasonable assumption for a diversified portfolio. 4. Run the numbers. Using your spending gap from Social Security, anticipated investment return, desired retirement age, and life expectancy, you can use an online calculator to determine your target retirement portfolio size. 5. Work backwards. Finally, Work backward from your target portfolio value to determine the balance you should aim for by age 40 in order to reach your final goal. Use the formula for future value of compound interest, factoring in the number of years until your retirement date and your return assumption. This gives you a much more personalized and accurate savings goal for age 40 based on your specific situation and plans. For example, let's say you determine you'll need $1 million by retirement at 67 to supplement Social Security and cover your expected $60,000 per year spending goal. Assuming a 6% annual return, you'd want to have around $300,000 saved by age 40 to be on track to accumulate that $1 million over the next 27 years. The importance of starting early. As you've seen, there are a lot of variables that go into calculating your retirement savings goal for any age, including 40. But there's one factor that pretty much always works in your favor: the sooner you start saving and investing, the better. Thanks to the magic of compound interest, getting an early start allows even relatively small contribution amounts to grow into substantial sums over. Someone who starts investing for retirement at 25 will have a much easier time reaching their age 40 and retirement goals compared to someone who waits until 35 or 40 to begin. That's why it's so critical to start saving and investing for retirement as early as possible in your career, even if it's just small amounts at first. The longer your money stays invested, the harder it works for you through compounding. Don't make the mistake of putting it off and having to play catch-up later on. So take a look at your situation, run some calculations, and make sure you have a plan to accumulate a target amount by age 40 to set you up for success in retirement. The sooner you get started, the better off you'll be.